Today I wanted to talk about what exactly is going on with crypto. Everyone's been saying crypto is crashing. Other people are saying it's time to buy the dip. So today we're going to go over a perspective from someone who is the chief investment officer at Guggenheim and how he is very bullish on Bitcoin long term. He says it can reach $400,000 per coin, but in the short term, he has a little bit of a different opinion. So I think someone like this, someone who says, you know what? I believe in Bitcoin long term, but short term, something else could happen. I think looking at someone who has a very objective opinion to something, someone who's just not saying, oh, to the moon. I think someone like that is someone very interesting to listen to, very interesting to look at. So today we're going to go over exactly what he said, where he says Bitcoin can go in the short term, where he says it can go in the long term. And if you guys enjoy this sort of content, well, then please be sure to like the video, subscribe. And if you don't already have the public.com investing app, make sure to go ahead and follow me on that. You can buy stocks, sell stocks, and see exactly what I'm buying and selling in real time, as well as a full portfolio breakdown. Think of it like an investing app combined with social media. It is completely free to follow me. Use the code Michael when you sign up, and you'll get up to $50 in a free stock. But anyways, today we're going to be talking about Scott Minerd. He's the global chief investment officer at Guggenheim Partners, and he's a very interesting person to listen to because he is very bullish on Bitcoin long term. He said it's going to reach $400,000 a coin, but he tries to keep it real with us. He tries to say, look, this is what he thinks is happening short term. It's not all sunshine and rainbows all the time. Sometimes we might see a bit of a pullback. And in addition to this, Guggenheim Partners is a major firm to be looking at because when we're looking at them, they have over $270 billion in assets under management. They have a lot of money they're managing. So being the chief investment officer of a company like this, being bullish on Bitcoin, it's interesting to see his perspective on the crypto world. So exactly what he said is in an interview with CNBC the other day, he came out and said that Bitcoin could crash and could go as low as $10,000 to $15,000 per coin in the short term. He said that, look, right now a normal sell-off, a normal correction in the crypto world is around 40 to 50%. We've seen this happen about a dozen times over the last decade in crypto. But he said, when we start looking at it closer, we can also see that there have been a couple of times where crypto has dropped 70 to 80%. So he says, as a result of that, we've already dropped 50% and we haven't had any major positive catalysts, major positive news come out recently. So he thinks we could be falling into that 70 to 80% correction this time around in crypto. We have seen it consolidate over the last couple of weeks. It's been in between really $30,000 and $40,000. It was hovering there for weeks. And he says now he thinks that we could drop even further to between $10,000 and $15,000 per coin. So this is something interesting to look at. He says right now the market's trading very heavy. It's hard to get the price of crypto to reverse, and he wouldn't be in a hurry to buy Bitcoin right now. He says he doesn't seem to own it. He doesn't see any reason to own it right now. If you're going to be a speculator, speculate that it's going lower. But ultimately, he still thinks, you know what, if you're in Bitcoin, be it in the long run, don't try and time the market, because ultimately he thinks Bitcoin could go to $400,000 per coin within the next couple of years. So he says eventually it'll rise to $400,000 per coin. So let's talk about this. He's saying right now there's not really any great technical indicators that are showing that Bitcoin's price can rebound. And I would have to disagree. Because when we start looking at what's going on with crypto, we have a couple of major indicators that are showing that we could see a massive, massive bull run very soon. The first thing is what is going on with something called the P multiple. Let me pull this up real quick, but essentially what we're seeing is that this P multiple indicates, it helps to predict the tops and bottoms of the market. And what we're seeing right now is that it's indicating that we could be at the bottom of the market where we are, and that we could be experiencing a major bounce very, very soon. So let's pull that up right here. Okay. There it is. So right now we're looking at this Bitcoin metric called the Puell multiple. It explains how we could be seeing the price increase very, very soon, because every time we have entered this green zone right here, this is called the buy zone, and it's only happened 5 times ever in the history of Bitcoin. Ever since we reached that buy zone, we have seen the price increase dramatically. In 2012, we saw it get into that buy zone. The market was falling. Then all of a sudden, we reached the buy zone of the Puell multiple, and we started to increase. Then again, in mid 2015, we reached the buy zone, and then we had a massive bull run that lasted 2 more years. Again in 2019. So every single time we have reached this either buy or sell zone, we have seen the price bounce back, or if we reach the sell zone, we see the price crash. If we reach the buy zone, we see the price increase. So this is an indicator that we could be seeing the market rebound very quickly. In addition to this, the other thing that we have been seeing recently is with regards to Bitcoin whale accounts. We've talked about this quite a few times, but on July 3rd, 2021, Bitcoin whales added 60,000 Bitcoin to their addresses. We added more Bitcoin wallets, more whale addresses as well. So that reason is also why I am bullish on Bitcoin. And finally, when we're looking at the charts right now for Bitcoin, we can see that Bitcoin's price right now is approaching that 100-day moving average. When we look at the 100-day, it's looking to cross that 100-day moving average. And that's a sign that we could be entering a bull market again very, very soon. When we look at the 100-day moving average on the 4-hour chart, we had crossed below it quite a few times. But now all of a sudden we're starting to see it bounce back, and looks like we might be able to hold above it. And that would be a sign that we're entering a bull market as well. So for someone saying that there are no positive catalysts coming out, yes, we haven't had any major news, but when we're looking at some of the technical indicators, you could see we just recently passed that 100-day moving average on the 4-hour chart, and we have been seeing things look a lot better recently. So as of all this, it's interesting to see what someone like him has to say, but it's also important to take into consideration what is going on with some of the technicals and what's going on with whale addresses. So I think, you know what? We have been in a bit of a lull for a couple of weeks, couple of months. But on the other side of this, we're seeing the SEC gearing up to approve Bitcoin ETFs. We're seeing whale accounts add to their positions. We're seeing a couple things with the technicals look good. And for all those reasons, I'm pretty bullish on Bitcoin in the second half of the year. And I think, you know what, even if it drops a little bit more, long term, I think Bitcoin's going to be a great investment. I'm investing in it personally. So let me know what you guys think. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Just a quick little update on what is going on. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.